Hey, we're live in the studio. This is Amanda Ananda. She's a professional cuddlist because she's like certified. We're going live in about 15 seconds here, and we're going to find out what she does for a living in case you need to be, you know, cuddled. Just a little cuddle. Just a little cuddle. Oh. We have a professional cuddlist in the studio this morning.
It really makes me sit back and question what it is that I've done with my life. You know, here I am, I'm 41, I could have made different career choices, and I might have been happier, you know, might have come out better.
So 99.9, today's best mix. It's Anna and Raven, and joining us, it's Amanda Ananda. She's a professional cuddlist. She's the owner of New England's first professional cuddling company. And Amanda, what I am just so intrigued by the fact that you make your career out of holding people that call you. How does that work?
They contact me through the website, they fill out a form, and through that form I can tell what it is they're really interested in creating with me and whether I'm a yes to that or not.
Right.
Yeah.
So the website is goblissyourself.com. So when people reach out to you initially, what does a typical person want? Now this isn't, very important, this isn't a sexual thing. This is more about cuddling and holding and security, right?
Yeah, it's about nurturance, it's non-sexual, it's really about being held, and it can be very emotional. A lot of people are lonely, 50% of Americans live alone, we're touch deprived, there's a lot of divorcees, like life is intense, especially this year. People are really craving connection, and so I'm able to offer that.
How did you get started on this? I mean, what was the thought that you came to your mind and you were like, yep, that's what I'm going to do, this is happening?
Well, I was in an affectionless marriage, and I recognized I really needed touch. Even though I had 2 kids, receiving and nurturing a touch from another adult is a completely different game, and I wasn't receiving that. And at the end of my marriage, I was like, I'm going to create a cuddle party. I'm going to get my best friend. We're going to get together. We're going to cuddle. And it didn't happen, but I ended up attending an official cuddle party in California. And I blew my mind. And I was like, why is this not happening in the East Coast? And so I got trained to hold cuddle parties. And I started to hold them and saw how profound and healing it was and how much people wanted it. And someone asked, do you do one-on-one sessions? And I was kind of like, is that a thing that I can do?
Right.
Really?
Can you even ask me that out loud?
Right.
It feels illicit.
Right, and so I looked it up and people were doing it on the West Coast, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. And I happened to launch my business at the same time. Cuddlist launched their business, and they train professional cuddlers across the country and list them on their website.
So she was like right on the ground floor. I'm just going to say this, Anna. Who are her friends? Because we need to look them up and give them a scolding. She had to go to California to get cuddled.
Well,
what's up with that? I mean, your friend's getting a divorce, and you still won't show up to cuddle her? You could have watched all the Sarah Jessica Parker movies, drank wine. What happened? Not good friends.
How much does it cost? I'm curious, how much does it cost to have you come to somebody's house for like an hour of cuddling?
I actually don't do out calls. A lot of professional cuddlists do, but I have an office and it's beautiful and it's easier for me just to
so they come to you to cuddle.
Right,
yeah.
That's the best.
And so how much does it cost to come to your office to cuddle?
It's $100 an hour and I have $80 for the first session.
And is there like a couch there, a bed? Like is it like a psychiatric? How does it work?
Yeah, so I have a really comfy couch that we start on, and I also have a bed. So typically we'll start on the couch and we'll talk about like what they want to get out of the session, how we'll communicate throughout the session, and that's kind of like what allows me to cuddle strangers.
Sure.
You know, the idea of consent. And then, you kind of get uncomfortable on the couch after a while, so I have a bed we can stretch out on.
Let me so how many of these emails are you getting and these things online where you have to fill out? Because there are some basic questions on here. I'm in there right now. And how many of these emails are you just like, nope, that one's not coming in?
I have a very rigorous vetting process, and I don't accept 1/3 of clients.
All right.
Because they're clearly coming for something beyond a cuddle.
They're creeps, right? They're creeps. Because you're like a normal, like, beautiful mom. Like, so this is why I'm kind of blown away by this whole thing. All right, I want you to cuddle us. We're going to get to that.
I don't know if I can cuddle her.
It's not cheating, Raven. We've talked about it.
I don't know.
She's a professional.
It just feels weird.
She has a cuddlist degree.
I refuse to cuddle someone who's not in consent.
See that right there? No means no, Anna.
All right.
No means no.
Well, you can cuddle me and producer Christian.
I would love to.
He's coming up next on
Like
Star
a baby,
99.9.
just
Traffic is brought to you by Kohl's. 95 southbound. We have some volume this morning between exits 34 down through 32, and then again from 21 down through 3. Merritt Parkway southbound, light volume between 47 down through 36. Now through Monday at Kohl's, Friends and Family Sale. Take an extra 20% off with promo code FRIENDS20. You'll get Kohl's cash too. $10 for every 50 spent. Kohl's. Offer valid October 5th through 9th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details. Start 89.9 Jaguar Land Rover Fairfield traffic.
Maybe you guys should just like get on the floor and cuddle. I wish we had a nicer area, but maybe you guys should just get on the floor and cuddle. Because if you get on the counter and cuddle, it's gonna feel like a bar scene.
Yeah.
Again, she's a professional cuddlist.
Does anybody
right?
on Facebook Live have a question for Amanda that they want to ask?
Not
yet.
yet. Not yet.
Okay.
And remember, if you're part of the bad 30%, keep your question to yourself.
Right,
sir.
we don't want to hear it.
Right.
We don't want to hear it.
Right.
So somebody comes in, right? The initial thing is you sit on the couch and they say, like, what is something typical that you hear?
Or you talk to them about.
Well, first it's like, what is their intention? Why are they here? What do they want to get out of it? And a lot of people are lonely. A lot of people, I have a lot of people coming off medication. There's just like a need that they have to be held. You know, maybe they're going through divorce and they're just like, shit, man, life's heavy and I don't want to hold this alone. And oftentimes we can talk to friends, but there's like you get their opinion. And
Well, there's a barrier.
And I'm just totally like accepting of whatever you say to me. Like I'm just gonna support you as a person and wherever you're at. I'm not here to judge you or so.
See, it's interesting because I've always been an anti-hugger. Like I'm not into hugging. Like I don't like. But lately, in like the last couple years, I like to hug. Mostly children. I feel like I don't know. Like I just like I feel
She
like
also talks about stealing them from time to time.
They're so
You heard it
adorable.
here first.
Right.
If that ever breaks, remember I said something. As the responsible individual.
I like the purity of children, and their hugs are pure. I feel like when you hug other people, they're creepy and weird.
Well, I think when you're talking about like strangers, it actually is better because there's no preconceived notions or no history there that says, well, you may be telling me this is bothering you, but I know that this is part of your problem. You've created this or whatever. As a stranger, you just do that. So when people come, like somebody comes to you, they do a cuddle session, and then they come back. They're like, I need this. This is part of my therapy or whatever. Do you follow up on those conversations or?
A lot of clients become regulars that I see for a few hours every week. Yeah, it's definitely common.
Right.
Do you have like husbands that come to you that are married?
Often.
Yeah. And what do their wives think? Do they give them permission to be there? Do they not just tell them?
Some of them do, and some of them don't ask. But either way, I'm trained in relationship and intimacy knowledge, and so I'm able to share that, and oftentimes improve their ability to navigate and communicate with their wife.
Yes, I gotta admit, like
Right. They spend 2 hours cuddling with somebody else. They're ready to go home and actually kiss their wife for the first time in 6 months.
Yeah, but see, that's what I think. Like, I think if my husband said to me, you know what, I've been going to see a professional cuddlist, I'd be like, what? Granted, I'm not a big hugger, so, like, we get in bed and then, like, we, like, go to our opposite ends of the bed. But, like, I'd be like, are you kidding me? Like, you went to go see a cuddlist? Like, I can't imagine wives being cool
See,
with
so
that,
it would bother you.
There's so many.
But yet you're telling me to get right on the floor with her.
Right.
It would bother you.
But this is different. This is what I want to see what this is
This
like.
is a controlled environment
This
with
is-
witnesses.
right,
This is science.
right,
Yeah.
this is a science
You know where they did
project.
that before? Rome. All right? All right? Rome.
There's a lot of people who have a spouse that's very ill, for example, and so like maybe they don't get those needs met, and for whatever reason, some people have like 6 kids and like literally just do not see each other in any capacity. You know, there's like people who travel. I have a lot of men who, international travel, CEOs of businesses who don't have time to date.
Right.
You know?
So let's say you were traveling.
All right, hold on. We got 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Sun's out, going to be a nice day. High temperatures in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, get a chance for a shower in the morning, then it clears up. And Sunday looks like the pick of the weekend. Roofing by WeatherTightSystems.com. Temperature right now, we're at 68 in Bridgeport.
Amanda Ananda from GoBlissYourself.com. She's a professional cuddlist. She's joining us in the studio to talk about, what that means to be a professional cuddlist.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still trying to convince Raven to let her hold him. She's a professional. She has credentials.
Feels wrong. Feels wrong.
Amanda, are you cool with holding me? Is that all right?
Sure.
All right, good. We're going to test this out because I want to see what the hype's all about.
Sure.
Yeah, it's next on Star 99.9. All right. So we have we have 6 minutes till we go back on the air. So in the meantime, I thought we would start. Do you want to start with me or with Christian? Actually, can I hold you and you tell me if I'm doing it right?
Sure.
I didn't get dressed up today. I'm sorry.
Let's hope she showered
Morning, I'm
because we were
sweating from my
spinning last
nervousness.
night.
Don't be nervous.
Don't be
So
nervous. You
you're
told her
already-
not to be
you've-
nervous.
You've already started wrong.
Oh. What do I do? What do I do?
So we set up asking for consent. So whenever you're going to put your hands on me or change where it's going to be, you say, hey, may I do this? Or I'd like to do this.
Right.
Hey,
That's
Amanda,
a good idea.
is it cool if I awkwardly come up behind you and I just cradle you in my arms?
Yeah, that sounds great.
I have coffee breath. Are you cool with that?
I'm such a yes. Aww.
Now what do?
We get comfy. I often encourage deep breaths to like really sink into the moment and just let go of like whatever's happening in life and be present.
This is costing you $20. Do you accept all major forms of credit cards?
I
Okay.
do. PayPal even. And then we just kind of continue to create and see like what is it you want next? What is it I want? Is our hip? Do we need to move our arms or hips? Or yeah, very cool.
You wrapped that up quickly. It sounds like it was more awkward than you thought it was.
It's a little awkward in a radio studio.
Right.
You know, we don't have luxury of a couch and.
Outside of your studio, where is your favorite place to cuddle besides your own bed? Because that's the easiest answer.
Hammock, for sure.
Hammock.
Hands down.
You know, sometimes
I'll have outdoor sessions, like in the summer,
Yeah.
when I can.
Christian, do you want to be cuddled?
Hammock's
Sure.
kind of tough.
Right
You
now.
gotta be arm
Right.
under them right on top.
Well,
Other than
shouldn't I
that,
be
you're like
cuddling
laying
him?
close
Yeah.
on each other. And
Yeah.
you're just like this.
How would you like to receive touch in this moment?
Go for it, man. I don't. It's up
There's
to you.
definitely some need you have. You might
See,
want
he's
a
like,
hand
he's
massage
so-
or a shoulder rub or just to be held.
Oh, I didn't know you get options of massages too.
Yeah, not intense, but you know.
Take a shoulder massage.
Like a shoulder massage.
I guess I'll take a shoulder massage.
May I use my
Christian
nails
couldn't
to
be
scratch
more
your head?
awkward,
Go
could he?
nuts,
Yeah.
man.
Look at his face. Like he could not be more awkward.
He looks relaxed.
I just want to save our audience from that for me. Plus I've got gel in
Save
my
them
hair.
from the awkward. See, some clients I can't touch their hair because of that reason. They want to leave looking
She
pristine.
does a lot of asking. That's good. I like that.
What's the weirdest request that, wasn't like totally gross that you obliged by? You're like, all right, I guess.
Right, and then you found yourself in the moment. You were like, "Yep, this is happening."
You know what? I don't know. Having hosted cuddle parties, the craziest stuff is created because I basically encourage them to become kids again and play and like create whatever you want with each other within the rules of keeping your clothes on and being respectful.
Those are rules.
And
Good rules.
yeah, and so like people just end up creating like musical instruments with their bodies and all sorts of like I don't know. You just kind of become this organism of weird.
Can we talk about using our bodies as
I
instruments?
was gonna say nobody's ever excited when I do that. Nobody. And I usually blame it on the dog.
Is this too hard? Would you like it lighter?
Yeah, just keep going, man. This is the most relaxed I've been coming to work in a long time.
Well, that's
Right.
true. Typically, we're just berating him,
That's true. This is
yelling at
nice.
him,
This is very
making
nice.
him feel terrible. This is very different.
Right.
It's like a 180. This is a very nurturing environment versus what
True.
we're
This
typically
is what
trying to give him.
Normally we
Let
just
go
tear
of
them
that
down.
stress.
Let
Forget
go.
them.
Right.
Forget about
Forget them.
Forget them. Forget the
Amanda,
old
have
show.
any of your cuddlers that you employ fallen in love with their cuddlies? I mean, we got to know. I feel like there's a reality TV show.
If it's
coming out.
happened, I haven't.
They haven't told you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Do
I mean,
they-
it's often I mean, the hormone oxytocin and dopamine and serotonin are released when we cuddle, which are all like love hormones
Right,
to create
right.
connection.
Right.
So it's very often to feel connected to who you're cuddling,
Right.
but that
Yeah.
dissipates,
Get back to
and we
work.
don't like engage outside of.
You leave. After that, they pick up their car from
Yeah.
valet, and it's over. Right.
If only I had a valet, then I'd be a serious service.
And when you cuddle people, do they automatically assume the fetal position? Is that like the number one thing? Like,
No, that would
no?
not be the first.
oh really?
No.
Oh, I assume like you go right to fetal position.
Right.
Some people do. Some people just want to put their head on my lap, or like they put their head on my shoulder, or actually my favorite is when I'm like sitting down like this, and their back is against my chest, and I kind of just hold like their shoulders.
Can I try that? Can we
Yeah,
try
yeah,
that?
sure. Oh my god,
I feel like I'm
I'm
so
making
little.
cuddling work in a radio station.
I'm
See that?
I'm
Look
gonna.
at
I feel like I'm gonna.
Yeah.
You're a cuddling wizard.
So then,
You're a cuddless wizard.
This
may
is
I touch your shoulder?
sure.
So this is like it's not intense because we're not looking at each other. Sometimes intimacy of like looking in each other's eyes is like too much for people. So
Yeah.
we can
Right.
like talk and you can relax into me. You feel held. You feel supported, but it's very like very.
I do
not
feel
intense.
supported. I do feel supported.
Well, you
Yeah.
are. I mean, you're physically leaning on her. So you are
I
supported
kind
in
of
that
become a
manner.
human chair.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm kind of, yeah. This is kind of like things I do with Hayden. Except
Right.
it's an adult standing behind me that I don't know.
Right.
And you pay her $100 an hour.
What a great deal.
Yeah.
But I can see
hold on
that
one
there
second.
could be a real need.
How much
Like,
was
I mean,
coming
I could see that. Is that there could be a huge need for that.
Oh, we got 40 seconds.
Okay.
All right, so let's get off of Facebook Live. Thank you so much, and we'll check with you in a little bit.